Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be covering the 4 lookup functions in Excel, which will be lookup, Hlookup, Vlookup, and XLookup. All of these functions are usable in specific scenarios, but the XLookup is the most upgraded version of these functions, as the lookup function came first, and then the upgraded version of that was Hlookup and Vlookup, and then XLookup is the upgraded version of Hlookup and Vlookup. And since XLookup is the most upgraded and best version of the function, I'll quickly go over the prior functions that were available and then look at some of the different functionalities of the XLookup. So I already have this formula completed where we have a lookup value, which we know will be a model name. And then we have a lookup vector. So the lookup vector will just be this column where this value will be. And then we have a result vector. So the result vector will be what we want to return. So it is looking in the model name column, finding the value, and then going across the row to the storage column, and then returning that value. So for this lookup value or model name, this will be the amount of storage. Hlookup will look a little different. So we will have the same lookup value, which will be a value in model name, but our table array will also be model name. So this will be where the column is stored, and this is what we're looking up. But we will need a row index number, so it will find that value within this column and then return the 5th index, which if we go down, the 5th index, starting as 1, 2, down to 5, will be 2020 MacBook Air. So it returns that as our lookup value returned. And for the next Vlookup, will look similar to a lookup function, but be a little upgraded. So we have a lookup value, once again, model name. Then our table array will be a larger section of table that we can look up, since it will find the value in the model name column and then return the column index number. So in this case, 6, with this model name being column 1, processor being column 2, operating system column 3, and so on. So if we went to 4, 5, and 6, will be screen size. So it looks up the model name and then goes across that row to find the screen size. But what makes XLookup so good is that it can return all of these. The prior functions, a lot of the time, as example of the Vlookup, we need a value on the far left of the table array, and then we can return anything to the right or the column index 1, which will be the lookup value that we're looking up. But for the XLookup, we type equals XLookup, we can take a lookup value here, which will be model name as well. The lookup array will also be this model name column, but then the return array could be this whole entire table. So we'll press Control Shift over and up to return the whole table where we find that lookup value. So if we hit enter, we can scroll over and see that the ID number is 179, so it'll take the whole row of 179. It'll be in HP with that model name, the processor, operating system, storage, RAM, and so on. And so what makes this really nice is that it's taking the whole row, so then we don't need to use different column indexes within the Vlookup. But we can also go within the formula and change what we're returning. So let's say we only wanted to return the operating system in storage and RAM. If we hit enter, it will return only those 3 things. And it can go any way we'd like. So it's looking up to the right, to the left, up and down. So let's say in this case, we want to return the ID, the brand, and the model name. We can. We'll hit enter, and it will come back with those 3 items. So it just goes to show how much better at looking up values the XLookup is than the prior 3 lookup functions in Excel. So the next time you're using a lookup function, try the XLookup. And that's all I have for you in this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.